friends and everyone that's mad at me in my comments section. This is Shani, Certified Feline Training and Behavior Specialist with Wild at Heart. And here is how you can feed your cat at least 5 meals a day, because that is what science has shown us that cats need. This is the one topic that people fight me on more than any other topic on my page. And so I'm going to go over some options for you because a lot of you seem to be stumped on how to feed your cat at least 5 meals a day. And some of you act like this. So there are auto feeders, and so many of you don't realize that they actually make auto feeders for wet food. One is called Catmate. You can find that on Chewy, but you can also find other versions on Amazon. They also have microchip feeders, and these feeders only open for specific microchips. There are also food puzzles and treat balls, and I will go into detail about how to implement them. Let's go over some possible feeding options for someone who works full-time and can't necessarily afford the auto feeders. Now, some people wake up in the morning and it takes them several hours to actually leave for work. So right when you wake up in the morning, you feed your cat a wet food meal. And then 2 to 3 hours later, when you leave for work, you can leave them another wet food meal. Now, for during the day when you're at work, you can leave treat balls or food puzzles filled with dry food or treats. Now, I am not against a little bit of dry food, specifically to enable your cat to get to that goal of at least 5 meals a day. And if you're a person like me that doesn't require a lot of getting ready time and you wake up for work and like 10 minutes later, you are literally out the door, just leave them a wet food meal and then leave them the treat balls or the food puzzles for when you're at work. So with both of these options, we have already provided 2 to 3 meals for our cats. When you get home from work, you can play with your cat and then feed them another meal. And then you will play with your cat again before you go to sleep and give them another meal and then leave a treat ball or a food puzzle for overnight. Now, there are a ton of you that free feed dry food, and I'm going to tell you, I do not think that's a healthy diet for your cat. Dry food is not species appropriate. There are so many reasons why dry food is not good for your cat, and it doesn't always just have to do with the moisture content. It's the actual ingredients. But listen, I am willing to compromise. If you want to free feed your cat dry food, I love the fact that your cat can eat when they want to eat, but can you simply just add 2 wet meals to their life a day? Because the reality is cats should be eating mainly wet food. I understand that there are a lot of restrictions that people face and suffer through. So do your best. If you can simply just add more wet food meals to their dry food repertoire, that would be amazing. If you just flat out refuse to feed wet food, or maybe you have a cat that doesn't want to eat wet food, I do encourage you to separate those dry food meals either in an auto feeder or treat balls to mimic how cats naturally eat, and also provide them with fresh food. Because if you just have a big bowl of dry food, it gets stale, bacteria builds up in it, and it's just not very appetizing or nice for your cat. And if you have a cat that is refusing to eat wet food, I highly encourage you to check out Miss Feminist Kitty's TikTok page. She is a feline nutritionist, and she has a plethora of videos on how to get cats to eat wet food. So for everyone who either already feeds their cat 5 meals a day or they just transitioned to at least 5 meals a day, let me know in the comments. Do you use auto feeders? What's your schedule? Let's help all of the people that are struggling to maintain this at least 5 meal a day requirement. And for all the people that still want to question me about this whole 5 meal a day thing, you can Google the research that has been around since the 70s that proves cats naturally eat many small meals a day.